Coach, what do you make of Utah's ability to have 6 players scoring double figures right now, and just the balance, and how tough is that to prepare for?
I really feel they are an injury away from being arguably one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the conference. And what I mean by that, I think the injuries knocked them out of whack a little bit. And now that they're healthy, they can really, really score. And what's really impressive about them is their ability to get to the basket. When you talk about 42 points per game is scored in the paint, those are not just post-ups. Those are transition baskets, drives from the wing, rebounds, post-ups. They're ranked 3rd in the nation in their point production in the paint. That's a lot of points per game to be scoring in that paint by a lot of different players. So they're a hard matchup because they have so many guys that can score and score in so many different ways.
Who would you say are your best post defenders right now, and what do you think gives you a good chance against that interior production?
Say it one more time. What was the last part?
What can you do, or what is the team doing well that is encouraging for you heading into a game against a team that scores so well down low?
I think when you talk about post defense, our best post defense is the double team in the post, kind of what we did against Cal. That worked extremely well, but that's a little bit more trickier with Utah because they spread you out more, and obviously Kuzman, he can step out on the perimeter and shoot threes, so you're not really in a position to do that. And what's encouraging to me, again, about this team is that the growth potential continues to inch up. When Robo was on his game, I thought we were excellent in the Cal game. And the more we can get him to play consistent, Jeff Pollard had an excellent day in practice yesterday. Keith Langston had an excellent day in practice. The more those guys can give us, the better we are. I know what I'm getting everywhere else on the floor. I need 2 or 3 more guys to give me more consistency, and I'm starting to see that.
Speaking of consistency, has Stanford Malachi had sort of his first real, at least dud in terms of shooting and field goal percentage? I know you have a lot of faith in Malachi. Were you curious to see how he would respond to that 2 days later, and then the fact that he was able to put up 20 points again?
Really, it wasn't just Malachi. It was us as a team. And I thought we all had that, if you want to call it that first one, where we were just completely out of it. Legs were out of it mentally. And I think you got to be careful because I thought Stanford was terrific in the game. Reed was back. They had their energy. They needed a win. They were on a mission. They were really, really good in dictating what it was they needed to do, and they got it done in the game. It knocked us completely on our heels. I think the travel affected us getting there, whatever you want to call it. So I was really interested in how the team responded. I even talked about that after the game. I'm anxious to see how they're going to respond because this is a big adverse moment they had to go through in a very short window to turn around in. And I was real proud of them as a team, as well as I was of Malachi, that in such a short window, they were able to listen, put the Stanford game behind us, make the necessary adjustments, recoup their energy, their confidence, their passion, and really wanted to redeem themselves. And that's a very encouraging sign because that speaks of character. And when you have that type of character on your basketball team, you're always headed in the right direction.
The Utes have lost some pretty premier players in the Pac-12 over the last couple of years. But like you said, they're probably just a few 6-point losses away from a top 10, top 5, even national ranking this year. Is it just recruiting? What is Coach Chris Kobiak built there that has allowed them to be so consistently near the top of this conference?
I think he went through growing pains, very similar to what we've gone through in his last couple of years. And I think he's settled into how he wants to play, the type of player he needs there in his program. And I think they've done very good at being consistent at getting those things in place. The style of play, players that fit the style of play, fit the community and all those things. And he's now comfortable with who they are and their identity. And it's very impressive what he lost and how they've reloaded, because he has a really nice team sitting there that can really get up and down. They can score. They cause you problems defensively with switching their defenses, and they're a couple of injuries, a couple of 6-point losses away from being a top-ranked team. They're every bit as good, in my opinion, as I look at in Oregon, I look at in Arizona. I think UCLA is different because UCLA has so many great shooters. But Utah causes their own problems with their scoring, their ability to get up and down, and their ability to score in the paint.
Okay, that's all I have for you. Thank you very much for making the time, and I'll see you before the game.
You bet, buddy. Take care.